Jai Hind everyone. Welcome to my channel Linguasphere. In this video, you will find detailed explanation of the poem, the Ball poem by John Berryman. Let me give the introduction about the author first. John Berryman was born on October 25, 1914, and he died on January 7, 1972. He received an undergraduate degree from Columbia College in 1936. He taught at Wayne State University in Detroit and went on to occupy posts at Harvard and Princeton. From 1955 until his death in 1972, he was a professor at the University of Minnesota. Berryman's early work was published in a volume entitled Five Young American Poets. Stanza 1. What is the boy now who has lost his ball? What is he to do? I saw it go, merrily bouncing down the street, and then merrily over, there it is in the water. In this stanza, the poet had described a boy playing with a ball that suddenly got lost. The boy was thinking of how to retrieve his ball. The poet had witnessed the ball jumping off the street, then across the street, and finally falling into water, from where it could never be retrieved. The poet had also shown how merrily the ball travels, leaving its owner behind, while the owner looks extremely sad and worried at the loss of his possession, that is the ball. Stanza 2. No use to say, oh, there are other balls. An ultimate shaking grief fixes the boy, as he stands rigid, trembling, staring down, all his young days into the harbor where his ball went. In this stanza, the poet shared that he hadn't consoled the boy by saying that there are other balls available with which he can play, as the poet knew that the boy was so grief stricken that no ball or consolation could soothe him. The boy was standing in gloom, looking at the way his ball went. He was thinking about the days when he used to play with the ball. The ball here symbolizes the past childhood days of the boy that are now gone and will never return. The ball is also a symbol of boy's innocence that had now turned into maturity after the loss of the ball. Stanza 3. I would not intrude on him. A dime, another ball is worthless. Now he senses first responsibility. In a world of possessions, people will take balls. Balls will be lost always, little boy. In this stanza, the poet mentions that he didn't interfere with the boy's emotions at the loss of his beloved ball. He didn't console him by saying that it was just a ball that wasn't worth it or that he would buy the boy another ball. The poet did that to make the boy understand how to take care of one's possessions in life. Loss of things is a part and parcel of life, so one should not lose hope and keep moving forward with courage. Stanza 4. And no one buys a ball back. Money is external. He's learning well behind his desperate eyes the epistemology of loss, how to stand up, knowing what every man must one day know, and most know many days how to stand up. In this stanza, the poet explained that the boy couldn't get his lost ball back even with the help of money. Through this experience, the boy had learned two lessons. First, he learned how to cope with the saddening incident of losing his beloved possession of a ball. Second, he learned that a loss is an inevitable part of a person's life, and life doesn't stop on losing someone or something. The person has to move on bravely, accepting the truth of his loss. He may work to get another possession, perhaps to lose again. That's how life goes on. The ball poem analysis. This poem can be interpreted both literally and metaphorically. If taken literally, it is a soulful picture of little boy growing up and learning to deal with the loss of the first thing he has ever held dear. If taken metaphorically, it is a story of mankind learning to deal with the loss of their loved ones. The ball is a metaphor for everything that we think is irreplaceable in our lives. Obviously, anything irreplaceable is precious to us, and it is our responsibility to take care of those things. People taking away one's ball or one's ball is getting lost is a metaphor for death. What is most precious to us is a person whom we love dearly. Hence, we always try to take care of them, but sooner or later, every man must die, for man is a mortal creature. We can do nothing to stop this process. Hence, it is something we must learn to deal with. The loss of loved one can spell a period of intense grief and depression for some of us. However, just like the little boy is brought back to his senses by the sound of the whistle, we must overcome our grief and keep living. The poet's message is that life goes on despite the death of our loved ones. Thank you for watching this video. God bless you. Bye bye.